Roero is a hidden gem located in Piemonte, Italy. It's not Barolo, it's not Barbaresco, it's not even Nebbiolo Langhe. It's Roero, a hilly region located north of Alba in the northeast corner of the province of Cuneo. Being in Piedmont, the region of Roero produces Barbera de Alba, Birbèt, Bonarda, Favorita, Moscato di Asti, but the two primary grapes are Nebbiolo di Alba and Arneis. In this episode, we are traveling to Roero, Italy to explore the lovely white wine of Arneis. Like our video and let us know if you've had an Arneis. Roero is a wine region in Piemonte, Italy. Roero is actually the name of a noble family of merchants and bankers in the Asti area that goes back to the 13th century. And today they have 20 family lines that have run all the way up to the 21st century. Before we get started, let's start with pronunciation. It's Roero. Ladies?
Roero.
Okay, perfect. So Roero faces the famous Langhe Hills across the Tonaro River in the northeast part of the Cuneo province. Together with Monferrato to the east, Roero and Langhe are recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites because of their beauty and their winemaking traditions. So I said we were going to talk about one particular grape. It's called Arneis. And girls, can you say it?
Arneis.
Arneis.
Perfect. So
Arneis is an ancient grape with the first written evidence found around 1500. In old wine books, Arneis was called Nebbiolo Bianco, and in Piemonte's dialect, Arneis means terrible child, perhaps because it's a challenging grape to vinify. Arneis produces big, sweet berries and was typically planted at the beginning of rows next to Nebbiolo to attract the birds, and was also used as a table grape.
Arneis is a grape grown mainly in Roero, but it does not have any association or relationship to another grape variety. It is a grape with great acidity and minerality, but the acidity can be low and can easily be killed off. Following an outbreak of phylloxera to the region, and perhaps due to the challenges of growing Arneis, production almost stopped. By the 1960s, there were only 10 acres accounted for.
But fortunately, in the 1970s, vineyards dedicated to Arneis were replanted. And today, Arneis is considered the main expression of the soul of the land, and it's a DOCG wine, which is the highest designation quality among Italian wines. So Christine, tell us about the Arneis you are drinking today.
The wine I'm drinking today is from Marchesi di Barolo Roero Arneis. Woo! DOCG 2019. This is a landmark winery that has over 150 years of history and is located actually in the heart of Barolo. The estate is a must-see when you go to the Piedmont region of Italy. The winery is currently owned by the Abona family, who strongly believe in the Roero region and have invested a lot in this neighboring region to Piedmont, which I love that. The grapes come from a vineyard site located off the steep cliffs in Roero, which are characterized by soil that is rich in quartz, sand, and very fine clay. This Arneis, you can see, is very light. It's like a light antique gold hue in the glass. Notes of acacia, green hazelnut, which is totally fun. Ooh. Ooh. It's vibrant. It's just full of peaches and mouth-watering acidity, great long finish. I kind of want to pair this with a tarragon chicken or a pumpkin quiche. Now I'm getting hungry. Cindy, I want to know what you're drinking.
Well, that pumpkin quiche is my name right on it. So I'm going to, maybe I'll pair my wine with the pumpkin quiche too. But I have an Arneis, a Buganza Renato Roero Arneis 2019. And I love the label. I want you to check out the label. It's a puppet. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. In the family tradition of winemakers and artists of the family, each label is dedicated to an art which one of the family members dedicated himself or herself to. And so this particular wine is dedicated to puppets, which is a simple art, they say, but capable of bringing life to an object that is inanimate. So I think that's really something about this wine. I mean, the grapes, and they're bringing life to the grapes and in our glass. So the principle of their work is simplicity, manual work, hard work, respect for nature and the vineyard, and create, as they say, a small miracle of nature. And I love the Italians for romanticizing wine so much. And this just pretty much says it all. And we have to take care of it, just like in so many winemakers that we've learned about. So I love this wine. Look at this, rich, golden in the glass, rich and complex. These aromas are of acacia flowers, hay, fresh white stone fruit, apples and pears, a little bit of almond. And on the palate, oh my gosh, just tingly, snappy acidity, fresh. The finish is lengthy, and you could age this for 5 more years. That's the beauty about Arneis. You can, some of them you really can age for a little bit longer. And I would have something, a grilled or a baked seafood, maybe crab cakes or just a fish on the grill with a light sauce or some hard cheeses. I think that would be absolutely delicious. So Allison, your turn,
Well,
you're up.
I have a Arneis from Enrico Serafino, Poggio di Caro Roero Arneis, DOCG, and this is a 2000, so a little younger than the ones that you guys have. Enrico Serafino is the oldest winery in the area. They were established by a gentleman of the same name, Enrico Serafino, in Canale d'Alba in 1878. And the winery has now been in operation continuously in its original location for 140 years. Again, Enrico Serafino is producing in other areas like Barolo, but they just absolutely love Roero and see its potential. This grape was hand sorted. It was fermented in stainless steel, and this wine does not see any oak. It's very young, and it's a pale yellow color with light golden hues, similar to what you guys described. I've been sipping it along because, you know, you guys made my mouth water, and this has notes of apple and pear. It has a little tropical fruit and almost a chamomile tea, but a mineral character to it. It's really fresh on the palate. It is fully dry, and it has that like a delicate acidity. It's got that kind of fruity, but it's also smooth. But I love the delicate acidity. And I would pair this with fish or white meats. I think of a traditional dish, vitello tonato, that would be so good with this, which is really thinly sliced vitello with a tonato sauce, kind of a creamy sauce on top, and the acid would just kind of marry with this, break through, but not overpower. Or even have this with rice or pasta and a very light sauce. So, you know, it's so fun to explore indigenous varieties from Italy. There are so many of them, and I am so happy that Arneis has become so popular and such a dominant grape in Piemonte. There are so many fantastic wines to taste from Roero. It's a hidden gem that we've discovered, and we hope you will too. We would love to know if you've had a Roero Arneis, or perhaps found a domestic Arneis. Let us know in the comments, and remember to give our video a like and subscribe to our channel. Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.